In this video, we'll talk about getRecordUi wire adapter, and this adapter we can import from Lightning UI Record API module. We use this wire adapter whenever we want to get layout information, metadata, and the data to build the UI for one or more records. So let's look at the syntax now. First, we have to import the wire from LWC module. Then we need to import the adapter getRecordUi from the UI Record API module. Then we will pass the adapter to a wire service and we'll give some configuration to our wire adapter. Then in the configuration we have to pass the record IDs. It can be a single record or multiple record. If you are passing the multiple record, it should be in the array format. You can pass the layout type. Layout type you have to pass either a compact or a full. Then we have a mode. In the mode we have to tell what kind of mode you want, whether the create mode, edit mode, or a view mode. And then we have a option field, and this in this we have to pass the field name or an array of field name. If a field is accessible to the user, it include in the response, otherwise it will not throw an error. So that's the syntax. And one more important thing to notice in this wire adapter, that you should not confuse with getRecordId with getRecord. So there is a difference. GetRecord gives you the information, only the data about the records. It not gives you the information about the layout and the metadata. But getRecordUi gives you the information about layout information and the metadata. So that's a major difference between these two adapters. So let's go to the VS Code and see how we can use this adapter. So let's go and create the component. I'll give this name getRecordUi demo. So my component is created. Now I'll go with the same step. First I need to import the wire. Then we need to import the adapter that we're gonna use, and in our case it's getRecordUi, and we have to import this from Lightning UI Record API. Now we have the adapter ready. So we have to pass this adapter to our wire service. So now we have to set the configuration here. We know the configuration that we want is the record IDs, and we know it can be a single record ID or an array of record ID. In this case I am going to pass a single record ID, and I'm passing a reactive record ID. So get this record ID, we can use public property of record ID, and if you are using @API, you need to import the API as well. So once the page loads, you will get the record ID, and once the record ID is available, that record ID will be mapped here. We already know wire services are reactive in nature, so it will pass here. Apart from that, we need to pass the layout types, and in this case we can pass full layout. We need information about full layout type, and then we can pass modes, and I can say I need information of edit mode. So the configuration is ready, and apart from this, what we can do is we'll create a wire as a function. So we'll say account called y handler. This is my function name. It will give me the data and the error, and we'll say if data comes, print the data, and we'll say if error, console.error, print the error. So the configuration and the code is ready. We are printing the data that we will get for getRecordUi adapter for this particular record ID. And in the HTML we can quickly create the card, and we can say getRecordUi demo, and within this card we can quickly create a class div with class slds padding around medium. Here data will come, and let's go to the meta file. change the target to a record page because we are expecting the record ID to come. So record ID will come only in the record page. So let's deploy this and see what it gives us. Now it's deployed. Let's go to our app. In the app, we'll go to the accounts. We'll select account record Dixon. You can choose anyone, and we'll say here, we'll select gear and we'll select edit page. And on the left hand side, we'll search get record UI demo and we'll place the right hand side top. And now it's placed. Let's save and let's go back. Now our card is visible here. Let's go to the console and see what data we are getting. So this is the get record UI demo data. It's an object. Now you see we are getting the record information, object information, layout user state. So all information you are getting in the layouts. You are getting the account. Then for account you are getting a record, and it's in full layout, it's in edit mode, and all information, each section information like account information, address information. Now if I open a single section, you will see it is a 2-column layout. 8 rows are there. Within the eight rows, what all rows are there? First row is account owner and rating. Like that you can fetch each and everything, and the record information is coming. In the record we have the fields and different types of field and their information. Everything is there and you can use it based on your need. And if you look at the above object, that is the get record demo, in that you will get only the record information. You will not get the layout information, object information. You just get the record information. So let's go and use this information and display something on the page. So right now we are getting the data. What we're gonna do is we can pick up some data from the records. What we can pick up from the record, go to the record ID, and then we'll pick up from the fields. We can pick up account number, we can pick up annual revenue, and pick up name or phone. Let's start writing the code. So I'll say on the top form fields, and we'll create some fields that we want to pick up. So we'll say field name. Field name should be the API name. So if I go here, my field name should be account number, and on the screen I want to show the label as account with space number. Likewise, I'll copy it 3 more times, and we'll say I need annual revenue, I need name, I need phone, and here on the screen I want to show phone, I want to show name, I want to show annual revenue, and in annual revenue I need a space. So we have these form fields. Now here what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a value, whatever the value we are getting in the data. How we can do that? We'll go to the data. We'll say first we will run the loop on this. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll say get dot fields form fields equal to this dot form fields. Run the map on this. The item. Each item is each object here. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we'll say return whatever it's inside the object as it is. It means the field name and the label should go as it is. And then what we can do is we'll say add the value property, and the value should be data. Data is this that we are getting, data dot records. If I go here and see, this is the data whole object, then we are going to the records, and in the records we have a record ID. So we can dynamically fetch the record ID using this dot record ID, because record ID we are getting here. Go to that record ID, under that go to fields and fetch the field name. Field name we already have set it here, so we can say item dot field name and dot value. So it will go to that record ID till here, then it will go to fields property. Inside this we have a field property. Inside the field property it will search the property that we want. So we want first time account number, it fetch the value and return along with other two property. Likewise it updates our form fields. Now let's go to the HTML and display this form field. So you can say template for each form fields or item, we call it as field. I'll close this template. I'll say field dot label, and I'll say p tag. I'll give the strong tag inside this, and I'll say field dot label, and so this I'll say field dot value, and the value I'll not give the strong tag, and just make sure our property name is correct. Form fields. And you might think why I haven't given the double quotes here. You can give or ignore. Key can be in the double quotes or without double quotes, fine. Let's in the quotes, and let's deploy and see are we able to show the data for these 4 fields from the data that we got from the getRecordUi. Our code is deployed. Let's go and refresh the page. And now you can see that we able to show the data account number. That number we are fetching from the getRecordUi data, annual revenue, name, and the phone. And if you want to confirm is this the correct data, you can see the phone number is correct, the account name is correct, everything is correct. So that's how we use getRecordUi adapter, and based on your requirement you can play around with the data. You can see how you can use the layout structure, how you can use the object information and everything. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.